Hello again, everyone. Michael here with Felicity, November 8033 Fox, a Cessna flight training device that I built at home. Welcome back to the channel. It is the 17th of August, 2024. I hope you're all doing well and safe, wherever you may be around the world. Okay, yesterday we started our SayIntentions AI trial as we tested out the new Caribbean update for X-Plane 12.1.2 Beta 1. I gotta say, for a VFR flight, I was relatively impressed with what it provided, considering it is an AI ATC service. I keep calling it. It understood what I said. I didn't have to necessarily clarify anything that I was saying. I did, however, think I might have confused it when I called out a VFR reporting point, and that's something I might bring up in their Discord and ask about at some point. But overall, it knew the frequencies, it handed off appropriately. Clearance was issued, what I would consider appropriately for VFR. So we're gonna test it a little bit further and do an IFR flight this afternoon actually, and it's going to be from a non-controlled field to a controlled field. I wanted to see how it sort of handled that handoff. So, hey Drippy, hello, welcome on in, and M. Stein has been wanting to check out SayIntentions as well, so welcome on in. Yeah, it's should be interesting. It does, however, from my understanding, require a SimBrief flight plan for IFR to work properly with SayIntentions. Now, filing a flight plan on SimBrief is something that I'm not too very familiar with, so it's going to be kind of a learning experience for me. So hopefully you all can bear with me as I try and navigate myself through that. What I'm going to do right now is just share my screen, and we will pull up SimBrief here. And I think I would need to create a new flight. I already have an account just by using Navigraph and the updates there, but like I said, filing a plan here is going to be something new. But I think if I click on new flight, let's see what happens here. A window opens up, and okay, it's asking flight information on the left here under generate flight. Let's just take it from the top then. Airline is not applicable, flight number not applicable. Departure is going to be 4 India 9er, and then it automatically prefixed that with a K for kilo, so that's probably I can't say it's an ICAO code, but it probably wants that designator for the United States. Arrival is going to be KCMH, Kilo Charlie Mike Hotel. I'm not going to file an alternate. Departure time, let's see, will be today. I'm assuming this is going to be Zulu time, so we're going to be, what is that, 1950. So what, probably 2010. Let's just make it 2010. Gives us about 20 minutes or so. Aircraft type. It does look like options are kind of limited for 172 types. It's populating a 172R. But that is still the correct type, 172. So let's select that. See what happens here. Okay. Sort by variant or airframe. Open airframe editor. Do I even want to know what this is? Okay. Let's add a new airframe. Which I probably don't have to do this. Select. Multiple airframes. Okay. Airframe info. Civil registrations, November 8033 Foxtrot. Cessna 172 Foxtrot. And I want to say, it's an IO3. Sorry about that. Okay, sorry about that. I keep forgetting again. I do this all the time, and I think I would be able to get out of this habit by now. But my number key is actually my scene switcher. I'm so used to using the number pad, I forget about using the top row keys. So you probably saw a whole bunch of different scenes and everything switching, and I do apologize. And I don't catch it in time because when I'm sharing my display, it unfortunately puts OBS behind it, so I don't necessarily always catch it. So again, I apologize, but here we are updating my airplane information. And let's see here, I just want to make sure that I have all my information correct. Okay, basic empty weight is actually 1,300. Doing. Oi! And even if I turn the number lock button off, it still switches to scenes. Okay. Hands off the number pad, Michael. Maximum landing rate is going to be 2,300. Maximum fuel capacity is, let's see, we have 18 usable. So 18 times 2 is 36. 36 gallons times 6 is 36 times 6, 216 pounds of fuel. Service ceiling default cruise is about 2200, so that's right. Okay. Alright. Okay, I think the airframe information has been updated. So let's go ahead and save that. Okay, this airframe was saved. So now if I go back here, create a new flight. So we'll try this again. 4I9-KCMH. We're not going to do an alternate. I'm going to make this 820 Zulu. Gives us about 20 minutes. Aircraft type. Let's see if it's in here now. Well, Cessna 172. There we go. Now it's in there. Not that I really needed to do it for our trial today, but at least it'll be in there for future use. I don't know what OFP layout is. We'll leave that alone. Units, I may as well change that to pounds so I kind of know what it's talking about. Taxi out time in minutes. Let's just say 8. 15. I don't think it would take 20 minutes. Again, probably not too important to fill that out there. Route details. Let's see. Appleton is there, and I prefer that route going to Columbus, as opposed to necessarily direct. So let's just leave that there. We'll analyze this. It says route is valid for AIRAC cycle 2408. Okay, so that being said there, route finder, alternate, historical weather, we're not going to do that, debug. I don't really know what much of that other stuff is there. Okay, so let's leave that there for now. And then we'll bring up for flight here. Bring up our low IFR chart and take a look at the approaches and things that we have available. I want to look at weather and see what type of runway I can expect before we actually file this flight plan. So we're going to clear out this route and we're going to go for India Niner to the Appleton VOR to KCMH. 42 nautical miles. We'll go ahead and pack for this so we have all of the latest information. And we're going to decide on a cruise altitude of, say, initial is going to be east. So we can say 3,000, 5,000. Let's go 5,000. Easterly. 5,000. We'll set our time of departure to 4:20, 16:20. Okay, that's the same time we have on our flight plan. And let's take a look at this. Okay, there's our flight. Let's take a look at the briefing, and we'll skim through this real quick so that we know what the weather's looking like, and then we'll decide on a landing runway into CMH. So it looks like 10 right and 28 left is closed per NOTAM, so that's going to ixnay that runway off the bat. We'll keep that in mind. 10 right and 28 left. That's the bigger one too. Because 28 right is the north runway, and that's a little bit shorter. So I'm not sure why they have that closed. Convective sigmets to the south of us. High level turbulence reported at a base altitude of 27,000 feet, so that's not really going to affect us. Surface analysis chart we can kind of see here in the Ohio area that there's a high pressure system that's recently moving through. There was a little bit of rain here in the area earlier. It has seemed to clear up, but it could come back. Could very well come back quickly. So the sky is not necessarily clear, it just stopped raining. Briefing, continuing on. Look at the METARs here. Everything is green. I don't see any red or pink or even blue. So everything in the area is currently VFR. Taking a look at our destination METAR at Columbus. Winds are out of the west at 220, 17 gusting 27. This should be fun. Scatter layer at 5,500 feet, scatter layer 6,500 feet, and a broken layer at 11,000. So 11,000 is going to be our ceiling. We're not going to be flying that high. We're going to be, 5,000 heading out. But those winds are definitely significant. I'm going to skip over the PIREPs, cloud coverage in the area. We can kind of see that there is a little bit of cloud coverage there in central Ohio. Visibility, surface winds, and precipitation. All that red is generally kind of thunderstormy. So we'll see what happens. Flying in thunderstorms is generally not a good practice, especially in a 172. Terminal area forecast, things that can transition and happen during the course of our flight. Marginal VFR out of Mansfield, and then Rickenbacker has some marginal. Columbus, showing a broken layer at 700 from 10 o'clock. Okay, that's tomorrow, 18th at 10. Okay, so that's tomorrow. Wind chart. We are going to kind of have a crosswind most of the way. The winds start at the top of the flag and they work their way towards that black dot. And if we're flying south here, you can see we kind of have a tailwind, a quarterling tailwind almost, transitioning to a full-on headwind as we make our way from Appleton to John Glenn. Vertical cross-section chart is one of my favorite charts in the for-flight briefing section. The green represents our terrain, blue is our cruise, including climb and descent. So it kind of gives a overview of your altitude and terrain. Then it gives a wind direction and temperature as well. Winds aloft at 5,000 feet. Winds are going to be out of the west right around 30 and 25 knots. If we go higher, it would increase our ground speed a bit on the way out, but definitely decrease it on the way back. So we'll leave it at 5,000 feet. And these are all rear world NOTAMs that we're going to kind of skip over. So the key thing I'm taking away from this is that there could be thunderstorms in the area. Runway 28 right and 10 left is closed at John Glenn. So that being said, let's go ahead and make the updates to our flight plan here. So Morrow County, we are going to depart out of runway 28, but the arrival, we're going to want runway, what is that? So 10 left would be 28 right. Okay. 28 left's the big one. That's the one that's closed. Everything else looks good there. I don't know if I have to do all these tabs in order, so let's do calculate and compare and see what happens there. Yeah, okay. 2 passengers. Okay. Briefing preview. Sort of the long form, I guess. I mean, this is basically the same information that we just looked at in ForeFlight. It's just more of a text versus a visual type of information, but it's almost an identical briefing if we were to sit down and break it down and compare them side by side. Okay, I'm assuming that I do save flight. This feature lets you save the current flight options for easy loading in the future. To generate a flight plan based on these options, please go back and click Generate Flight instead. Well, I'm going to save this just in case I mess that up. Okay. Generate flight. Generating flight plan. Okay, so it looks like free file on a network, which we shouldn't have to do because we're not on VATSIM or Pilot Edge or anything like that. Import into charts, I don't think I need to do that. Flight plan downloads, I don't think I need to do that. I think I just need to file the flight plan. And my understanding is that the flight plan will open or activate once we call for clearance. Okay, I think that's everything that we need to do. Flight plan is filed on SimBrief. I vetted it against ForeFlight. We got a good briefing. We know what to expect. Possible thunderstorms, heavy to high winds for 172 anyway. Tailwind, quarter-length tailwind, and then a direct headwind. So I think we got enough information to head on to the plane and give it a walk around, get our birds started up, and then get a hold of SayIntentions AI and see if we can get a clearance out of the Morrow County Airport. I will see you over at the aircraft in just a couple of minutes, and thanks for coming in.
Alright, hello everyone and welcome aboard Felicity. Again, my name is Michael and I will be your pilot today, non-stop from the Morrow County Airport to John Glenn International. KW for life, hello, welcome on in. We are continuing our demo trial of SayIntentions AI, using it for an IFR flight today. Yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get some lights on here. Give it a quick walk around. Flap's gonna go down. And here we go. Take a look at our baggage door that is secure. Right rudder cable, our left rudder cable's tight. Elevator and rudder are free and correct. Beacon and anti-collision light are working. Right rudder cable's tight. BOR and navigation antennas are in place. And KW for life, right now I think it is $19.95 per month for the subscription to SayIntentions AI. Right flap is tight there. Right aileron is free and correct. We have a strobe on the right with a green nav light that's working. Our right main looks good. Front main looks good. Strut looks good there. Exhaust is secure. Prop and spinner look good. No cracks or chips. Static source is free and clear. Pitot tube is warm to the touch, so we can get the pitot heat off of there. Taxi light and landing light are both working, so we can get those loads off. Our stall horn is working. Strobe on the left is working. Red nav light's working, so we can get those loads off. Our left flap is tight. Our left main looks good. And our fuel caps are installed and streamlined. Okay, so walk around is good there. Let's get our master back off. And yeah, KW for life, I don't think it's that bad of a deal either, considering the coverage. Yeah, and if it's perpetually learning and evolving, you know, it could turn into a very good training tool. Okay, that's good to go there. We're good to go there. Takt time is 169.1. Circuit breakers are all in. Alternate static air is in. And we will move right along here to our startup checklist. Seat track, let me get scooted up here. Okay, feels good. Let's go ahead and start up SayIntentions AI. I think I'm gonna have to go into the settings and give it my SimBrief ID. Settings. Username or user ID for SimBrief. November 8033 Foxtrot. Okay. That's correct, that's correct. Everything else is still good there. So I think that's the only thing I needed to do since add in was my SimBrief ID, since we did the initial setup yesterday. Okay. Let's just let that run into the background. Now, the theory is that it uses all the real world frequencies. And so Morrow County is under Columbus approach 125.95. Okay, seat track, we're good there. Avionics are off. Carb heat is off. Mixture's gonna go full rich. Throttle slight. Let's get 3 on the engine primer. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Primer is in and locked. Brakes are gonna go on. Master's gonna go on. Okay. Clear prop. Let's make sure that we are clear on the left. Looks good. Clear front. Clear right. Clear behind us. Alright. Brakes, mixture, and mags are going to go to start. Right away I'm looking for oil pressure and RPM. If I don't have either one of those, then we'll need to shut down and find out what's going on. Clear. And we do have engine rotation and oil pressure is in the green, so everything is good to go. Let's go ahead and get our taxi light on so that we can be seen here. And that completes our startup checklist. Moving along to our pre-taxi checklist. Seat belts, let me get my seat belt on. Flap's gonna go up. Avionics on. I don't have a weather station here at my home airport yet. We just put in an AWOS. It hasn't been activated yet because we're waiting on the frequencies from the FAA. But the equipment's in place, so I'm way excited about that. And we were just surveyed to possibly get a GPS instrument approach for at least run one way, hopefully both of them. Right now we only have a VOR alpha. So if both of those things come to fruition, and then the fuel island, I'm hoping that increases traffic coming into the Morrow County Airport. And with traffic can come revenue, and with revenue can come further improvements. That's just some of the stuff I pick up on from the Airport Authority Board. But hopefully it happens. Okay, but for now, we don't have a weather station. The closest weather station is Marion, Mike November, November. Winds are out of 240 and 15 to 23 with 10 miles of visibility. Altimeter 2975, but what I am going to do is just set my altimeter to field elevation. $1,086. Okay, and that's 29077, and Marion's reporting 29075, so that's close enough. Yes, M. Stein, definitely some big developments for India Niner. Alright, what else do we have on our pre-taxi checklist here? ATIS, can't really get that, but we did get some weather information. Altimeter, we set that, confirmed with field elevation. Transponder, is on altitude reporting mode. ADSB is tied into our nav lights, so let's get those on. Radios, I guess we'll test momentarily. Taxi light was working. Brakes will test on the roll, as well as our attitude indicator and turn coordinator. Let's, however, go ahead and set our heading indicator to compass, which is right around 280. Okay. Alright, Columbus approach was 128, 125.905. One thing I did do is, while I'm using SayIntentions, I went ahead and disabled my VATSIM plugin, Pilot Client plugin, as well as the X-Chatter plugin, so that any sort of audio I hear, I know is coming from SayIntentions. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Columbus approach, November 8033 Foxtrot, on the ground at the Morrow County Airport, looking to pick up IFR to Columbus with local weather on board.
Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot, Columbus approach. Clearance on request. Stand by. Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot, Columbus approach. Cleared to John Glenn, Columbus. Radar vectors APE. Then as filed. Climb and maintain 5,000. Expect 5,010 minutes after departure. Departure on 125.905. Squawk 3444. Released for departure. Clearance void if not off by 2039er Zulu. Time now 2024.
Clear to the John Glenn International Airport via radar vectors Appleton, then as filed, fly 5,000, expect 5,000 after 10 minutes. Departure is 125.905, squawk 3444, Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, read back correct.
Fisher, hello. Welcome in. Yeah, he is definitely speedy. I wonder if there's a way to slow that down. Settings. Headset. There's a volume, intercom volume, intercom miscellaneous. No speed setting that I could tell there. Hello, WestJet. Sorry to hear you couldn't get some pattern work in. Parking brake off. .444. Departure is 125.905. Let's take a look at that windsock. Confirm our winds. 3, 6, 6.5, 7 maybe. But we're definitely runway 28. Okay, well, he gave me a clearance. I know it's still a beta, and IFR is under development. Well, I guess never mind, I can't say that because he released me. He didn't say hold for release. Okay, so never mind, I don't have to question that. He did release me. Okay, so we're gonna put Appleton in here. Then we'll put John Glenn. go down here to the threshold and we'll do a run up and get that out of the way.
Gulfstream 9er Hotel Lima, maintain present speed. Super A380 behind you. Maintaining speed, 9er Hotel Lima.
One of the things I read is that if there's another pilot within 30 nautical miles, if you're using SayIntentions, you can, communicate with them and say and hear their transmissions as well. This is exactly what the airport's like in real life. There are trees that block my view of the runway 28 approach. Those are some of the trees that are in question as far as our instrument approach survey. Can you believe we were quoted $750,000 US dollars is what we were quoted to take care of the trees that are interfering with the approaches. Do you know how much a windsock costs? Just a windsock? An FAA windsock with a pole and a light. 75,000 US dollars. Because it says FAA on it. It's insane. Totally insane. I even offered, like, hey, I got a chainsaw, let's do this. Okay, let's go ahead and get our run up done. Fuels on both, brakes are on, trim is set for takeoff, flight controls down on the right, up on the left, down on the left, up on the right, elevator and rudder are free and correct. Okay, fuels on both, mixtures in, primers in and locked, carb heat is off. 1600. Hold those brakes. Left mag, there's a drop. Let's get back to both. Right mag, there's a drop. Back to both. Carb heat on. There's a drop. Let's bring that power back. Engine staying running. Okay, bring it back up with the carb heat on to maybe a 1500. And then kill that carb heat, so bring it back up to about 1600. Suction's in the green, oil pressure, oil temperature look good. We've got good fuel flow. Everything's looking good. Let's go ahead and idle back. Check our throttle friction. That feels good there. Okay, strobes on. We were cleared for the release. And we're gonna fly 5,000 feet.
Approaching runway 28. Entered runway 28, 3,400 feet remaining.
Center line. Full power. Rudder for center. Airspeed's coming up. Let's go ahead and rotate. Positive rate. Let's climb out at 80. Stay over the runway. Alright, let's push the nose forward a little bit, transition to a 90-mile-per-hour climb. I can just have a better view of the horizon that way. Columbus approach, Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot, 1,800 feet.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, radar contact. You're good to go. Clear direct to Ape.
Direct 8, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, clear direct to Skyhawk shop.
What do you say? Please repeat for Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, clear direct to Skyhawk shop.
Skyhawk shop, huh? Interesting.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, contact Indianapolis Center on 120.475.
Indianapolis Center 120.475, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot. Indianapolis Center, Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot, 2,500, climbing 5,000 feet.
Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot, Indianapolis Center. Good afternoon, Mount Gilead, altimeter 29.76.
9.76, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, good afternoon. You know, this could be really good for practicing instrument approaches that you may not necessarily have any sort of live coverage for. You know, you got that, you know, obscure approach, or that airport is in the middle of nowhere, or, you know, you're in an area that's not very popular for bat sim or whatnot. This could be good for flying those types of approaches. I'm going to reach out to them and see if there's a way to slow down the responses. I don't know if that's like one of my Windows speech settings, or if that's something that's handled through their application. Not sure.
JetBlue 945, contact approach on 125.35, good day.
Contacting approach 125.35. Good day, JetBlue 945.
I think a lot of that correlates to the time of day too. You know, if it's evening time in whatever area, it's probably has a lot more coverage than like if it's morning time in a certain area. We're 3,700, making our way up to 5,000 feet. Heading up about 155. We're making our way to the Appleton VOR. I do want to thank everyone for coming in and hanging out a little for a bit this evening, this afternoon. Stein, no problem. Like I said, I know that the software's been out for a while, and I'm probably one of the last ones to actually try it out. But I wanted to try it when, you know, I had the time I could dedicate to taking advantage of the 24-hour trial. I didn't just want to be able to use it for one flight and then, you know, it'd be done.
November 245, Mike Charlie, climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Climbing to 10,000 feet, November 245, Mike Charlie.
But for sure, I'd have to agree with you. I think for $20 a month, to be able to get an ATC service, although it's virtual AI, at anywhere in the world, or at least the 88,000 identified airports, then I'd have to agree. And you know, putting it into perspective, you know, what's a wet rental right now in my area is about $145 an hour plus double I instruction. It's probably $60 an hour, just to get, you know, possibly try to familiarize yourself with a certain approach utilizing ATC. You know, so if you can practice that on the ground, theoretically that $20 is a drop of water in the ocean of pursuit of instrument training. Alright, but here we are at 5,000 feet. This is our cruise altitude. What is on our cruise checklist? Power, mixture, and instruments. Let's go ahead and lean out just a little bit here. Let's lean for max RPM. Here comes the rain. I have not seen any notes on when beta is over and full release comes out. When I was
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot. Expect the ILS runway 28 right approach into John Glenn, Columbus. C-bus to arrival. I'll have your descent for you in about 15 minutes or so, okay?
Expect the ILS runway 28 right, C-bus arrival. Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot. Okay, so C-bus to arrival. runway 28 right.
Destination aid assist.
Right into the cloud. Looks like we're about 10 miles away from the Appleton VOR. Procedure approach. ILS 28 right. Load approach. Yes, it does. If you forget to set your transponder, it will remind you, or it'll say check your transponder. If you deviate from an altitude that's acceptable for whatever, like yesterday, I was told to maintain VFR altitudes when I decided to go down and scud run the ocean a little bit in the Caribbean. They recognized that I was too low. They told me to maintain altitudes. The other thing it mentioned is that it is pause friendly. So by pausing the simulator, it doesn't do anything, it doesn't affect anything on the backside of, the ATC or whatever. Whereas in VATSIM you can't really pause because it doesn't pause their end. And when you unpause, it hurricanes you up to your current position. So that's one of the other things that it did advertise, that it is pause friendly. I did pause it for a reason, because I do need to step out for just a minute. I will be right back with you. Thanks for hanging out. Excuse me. Alright, everyone, I apologize for keeping you waiting there. And yes, sometimes the pause function does come in handy. M. Stein says, as both a parent and a human too. Absolutely. Sparky Pilot, hello, welcome on in. We are continuing our trial of SayIntentions AI. We departed out of my home airport, which is uncontrolled, after talking to Columbus Approach, and we got clearance out, and we are just about at our first waypoint, so welcome on in. Alright, here we go. We're going to unpause and pick back up right where we left off. He gave me the arrival, he gave me the ILS 28 right approach, and he said he's going to start giving me a descent in about 15 minutes or so. And that was a few minutes back, so I imagine we shall be hearing from him soon-ish. We might even have time to do a VFR flight out of John Glenn over to, say, OSU or maybe Bolton Field. We can try from a Charlie to a Delta. I do find it interesting I was handed off to Indy Center though, because typically we would normally just be talking to Columbus Approach. IFR from my home airport to Columbus.
Southwest 912, proceed direct to the Blanc intersection. Direct to Blanc intersection, Southwest 912.
It's funny, I don't hear the tour guide. I haven't heard the tour guide once because there's nothing in here in Central Ohio that's really worth announcing a tour guide informational blurb. Yesterday in the Caribbean, she was announcing all sorts of different tourist locations. heading 235. How do I activate this? Let's see.
Skyhawk 3-3 Foxtrot, turn left heading 190.
Left heading 190, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot. Localizer for 28 right is 109.1. The 650 is such a powerful tool, I barely scratched the surface of it.
Skyhawk 3-3 Foxtrot, 7 miles from Winnet. Turn right heading 220. Descend and maintain 3000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 28 right approach.
Right heading 220, descend, maintain 3000 until established, cleared ILS 28 right approach, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot.
Class Charlie below in 3.1 miles.
Alright, carpet on, make sure going in for our descent. Power's gonna come out. Alright, it's grabbing the horizontal.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, contact tower on 132.7.
Over to tower 132.7, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot. Thank you, good day. Columbus Tower, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, 10 miles out on the ILS 28 right approach.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, contact Columbus approach on 125.905.
125.905, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot. Okay, interesting. Columbus approach, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot is 3,400, descending 3,000. Columbus approach, Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot, 3,000 feet.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, I hear you. 1 second, maintain VFR.
VFR? Uh-oh.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, cleared to John Glenn, Columbus. Radar vectors ape, then as filed. Climb and maintain 5,000. Expect 5,010 minutes after departure. Departure on 125.905. Squawk 3444.
Columbus Tower, Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot is 8 miles east on the ILS 28 right approach. That didn't turn out too well.
Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot, Indianapolis Center. Contact tower on 132.7.
132.7, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot. Oh boy. Columbus Tower, Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot, 5 miles out on the ILS 28 right approach.
Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot, John Glenn, Columbus Tower, winds 210 at 17, gusting 27. Runway 28 right, cleared to land.
28 right, clear to land, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot. So I'm probably going to clip these last couple minutes and post it in their Discord and see if they have a, yeah, just to let them know what happened. Definitely is going to be windy. The other thing is that it records a transcript, so I'm wondering if I can save that and then see in the transcript, see if anything went wrong.
Mooney 824 Foxtrot Delta, cleared for immediate takeoff, runway tree.
Cleared for immediate takeoff, runway tree. Mooney 824 Foxtrot Delta.
Skylane 422 Alpha Mike, extend upwind, I will call your crosswind. Extending upwind, awaiting crosswind call, Skylane 422 Alpha Mike.
A little bit high, let's pull some power back. Get down on that glide slope there.
Skylane 422 Alpha Mike, extend upwind, I will call your crosswind.
10 degrees of flaps.
Extending upwind, awaiting crosswind call, Skylane 422 Alpha Mike.
And what's the illusion that a big runway gives us when we're coming in if we're used to a short runway? Makes us actually think that we're closer on the approach than we actually are.
Beechcraft 90001 Bravo, enter left downwind, report midfield.
Left downwind will report midfield Beechcraft 90001 Bravo.
Alright, approach speed is 70 miles per hour. I can work with that. I do have Pompey in sight, 2 red, 2 white. Bassy, I should say. Gotta keep those wind gusts in mind. I don't really want to put on more than 10 degrees of flaps. It's just more surface area for wind to grab a hold of.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, contact ground on 121.9er.
Over to ground, 121.9er, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, thank you. Strobes going off once we cross this line. Columbus ground, Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot is off of runway 28 right, holding short on Foxtrot 2. We would like parking at NetJets.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, taxi to NetJets via Foxtrot 2, cross runway 28 right, then Echo 3, Echo 4, cross runway 10 left, then Foxtrot 3, Golf 2. Have a good day.
Well, it may not know exactly where I'm at because NetJets is just right over here, and I don't need to cross any runways to get over there.
Diamond Tree 71 Bravo Charlie, turn left heading 270, contact departure. Left to 270, contacting departure, Diamond Tree 71 Bravo Charlie.
Now yesterday with the avionics off, I could still hear the radio transmissions. I don't know if that's a limitation of the plug-in. Alright, so we're gonna stop here. Yep, I am on ground frequency. But I think that the way I have it set up currently is that anything in the area that might use the same frequency, I have that playing also.
Skylane 422 Alpha, Mike, make left traffic runway tree 0. Making left traffic runway tree 0, Skylane 422 Alpha, Mike.
If there's another tower within such and such miles that uses the same frequency as Columbus ground, I think I have it set so you can hear that as well. It's one of their options. Okay, but what I want to look at is, let's bring this plug-in up. So we have this. Transcript here. Okay. Okay. Cleared direct to Skyhawk shop. That was one thing that was confusing. Alright, so we were told to contact any center. Just pause the simulation for a minute. We were told to contact any center. I said... It keeps scrolling down on me. Here, let me just do this. Copy all that and put that into a notepad. Okay. Okay. Contact any center was the instruction. I say we're 2,500, climbing 5,000. And then, let's see. Expect the ILS 28 right approach. C-Bus 2 arrival. Okay, we got that part. Okay. So, right heading 220, descend, maintain 3,000 till established, cleared ILS 28 right approach was my read back. Then I was told to contact tower. And then over to, Then I acknowledged over the tower on 132.7. Then I said, contacted them. I said 10 miles out on the ILS 28. And then we were told again to contact tower. And then told again to contact approach. And then for some reason it has my original transmission listed when I first grabbed the clearance out of Morrow County. So I think I'll save this as well and send this in. We'll call this okay. So yeah, it's still in beta. I think for the most part it did alright. Let's just head back to the hangar and we will continue talking about that once we shut down here. Avionics off. Let's get all of our lights off except our beacon. G5s are gonna go down. Mixture to lean. Mags to off. Master off. Beacon off. Okay. I'll see you back at the hangar there.
Mooney 9er 24 Foxtrot Delta, cleared to land runway tree 1. Cleared to land runway tree 1, Mooney 9er 24 Foxtrot Delta.
Alright, I think it did alright. Excuse me. I think it did alright for what it is. A beta artificial intelligence ATC system. And I think I might have confused it, which is why we got that initial clearance again. Because when I contacted Tower, I didn't identify myself. I don't think I identified myself fully. I think I still used the abbreviated, and I might have confused it by not giving my full identification as November 8033 Foxtrot. I think I just said Tower Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot. I don't know if that was part of the problem, but like I said, I did save the transcript, so maybe they can shed some insight. But for the $20 a month, for VFR, certainly worth it. IFR still has some work that needs to be done, but I do think it will get there, like M. Stein just pointed out. It is very impressive. So I think it is something that I will retain for future use, because I think that the more I work with it, maybe the better it'll understand me. I don't know how that part works, but I think that the more input that they might be able to receive, the more advanced it might be able to become. And there are things like just things that I want to investigate and ask them. How can we slow down the response time? Because when I got that initial clearance out, I mean it was bang 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 bang, like you needed to be ready. Some of the stuff I didn't even have time to write down. I heard it and I was able to recall it, but it did come by pretty quick. And then other nitpicky issues like right now I have the aircraft and radio power off. In my mind, that should disable the audio I hear from the plugin. Well, I can't call it a plugin. It's an application that runs beside X-Plane, and it's the same one that for P3D and MSFS is my understanding. It's just that one application. So I don't know if that's just a limitation, but it is also something I'm going to reach out and ask their development team on their Discord there. And then yeah, other than that, I think it worked out pretty decently. So time is it? Yeah, I unfortunately don't have time to do another VFR flight today. But I am going to retain SayIntentions, and we'll try, VFR from tower to tower and see how that works out. Jeffrey B. coming in with a resubscription to the channel, 18 months in a row. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Your continued support means a lot. I am ready for tomorrow. It is the 5th year anniversary of the Virtual USA Flying Club. We're having a big anniversary fly out. Bayport 2-3 November. If you are a VATSIM member, it is not too late to go ahead and join the club. I'll go ahead and put the link to the Discord in right now. So yeah, come join the club and hop into our anniversary event tomorrow. So really excited about that. We'll be starting things maybe about, I'll probably start the stream maybe about 6 p.m. Eastern. It'll give me about an hour or so to, we'll do the flight planning and get things all checked out and ready to go before the event actually begins at 7 p.m. So I am excited, Jeffrey B. Can't wait to fly with everyone out of Bayport. Normally we fly in for these anniversary events. We'll be flying out. I, of course, will be making the return trip and flying back into Bayport, because the approach coming into that little airstrip is always neat. So that is it for me. I do appreciate you all coming in and hanging out. Let's see who we can go and raid. I don't know who's doing what currently. Let's see. Let's go raid. Oh yes, Jeffrey B. It certainly is. It would be interesting to land a DC-3 on runway 18. Sparky Pilot, thanks for coming in. M. Stein, thank you for coming in and hanging out. JJ, thank you for coming in and saying hello. Fisher was in and hung out for a while. I appreciate that. KW for life, thank you. It's always a pleasure. Let's go and raid. Let's go raid Eric Flight. Right now he's doing a flight in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It looks like it might be part of a charity event. I don't know all of the specifics right now currently, but looks like he only has one viewer at the moment. So let's go and say hello to him. Until tomorrow, I hope you all take care and stay safe. have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. And I almost forgot. I do want to say thank you to Pant Sula, who came in with a new channel follow while we were offline. So I appreciate that. Look forward to flying with you if I haven't done so already. So, okay, let's go raid Eric Flight. You all, again, take care, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a great evening.